Y'all, did you hear that? That's the sound of a ton of new releases coming to our shop for Black Friday this week. Hi, my name is Jess. I own the small sticker shop called Paper Trail Plans. If you're new here, hello. I am going to be going over everything that we're bringing to the shop for Black Friday this year. It's our biggest sale of the year. We always have a lot of new releases, and then we have a huge discount across the entire website. So let's get into it. This is my cat, Jet, so she'll probably be making some appearances throughout the video. She's a very curious little girl. Lovely. So yeah, there's two new decorative collections, a new capsule collection, which is one of our like mini journaling kits. And then you may have noticed over here we have some fun new vinyls. So there's a lot to go over, plus some tiered freebies and even more that's hidden underneath this giant stack. So let me settle in, and I hope you settle in as well. Grab a snack, grab a drink. This is probably going to be a long one, and let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so before I get into the actual releases, I gotta go over the freebies, of course. But before I do that, I wanted to share some general details about the sale in case you haven't seen our post on Instagram. Basically, on Black Friday at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time that Friday, our entire shop will be 30% off for the first 3 hours of the sale. So from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everything in the shop is on sale, so very exciting. It's our highest discount of the year. After the first 3 hours of the sale, which is our early bird special, that's what we call it, the discount goes to 25% off, which is still a really great deal. But we like to just thank the people who are, standing in line, if you will, because it's, one of the fun traditions of Black Friday. So, 30% off first 3 hours, then 25% off the rest of the weekend. We have tiered freebies based on the order amount that you place. And then we also have some new PR freebies that I'll go over in just a second. PR discount codes will not work on top of the Black Friday sale discount. I know previously and recently we've been allowing the stacking of codes, but that won't work for the sale because it was just too confusing. So keep that in mind. You can't use PR codes, but you can still put a name in the notes to seller and you'll get their freebie. Only one freebie per order, so don't try to put multiple names because we'll just put the first one that you listed. I think the last thing to mention, logistics-wise, is I believe our processing time will stay around 3 to 4 weeks, just based on order volume. We hope to cut that shorter, but it just that's hedging our bets because we don't want anyone to have unrealistic expectations. We try our best to get orders out as quickly as possible, but it's definitely the highest volume of orders we get all year, so it's just a lot. So please keep that in mind when you're ordering. We do have some seasonal specific stuff, and obviously we want to get that out to you as soon as possible, but just bear with us as we try our hardest to get things out quickly. So yeah, I think that covers all the logistics. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments and I'll be happy to answer, but let's get into the freebies. I'll try to be a little more concise going forward because I think we're already 5 minutes into the video and I'm still rambling. But here's Cassie's freebie, light gold foil, Coco's silver, Christie's also silver, Danny's is light gold, Jana's on washi paper, Kat's is silver, Laura's is also washi paper, Megan's is rose gold, Mariah's is silver, Quinn's is traditional gold, and Tay's is rose gold. Lots of silver this time around, which is fun because I don't think we had any silver in our last batch of PR freebies. So yeah, they're all super talented and lovely planners, so definitely go follow them all if you're not already. Now let's get into the tiered freebies. So this one you'll get no matter what your order total is. This is the all orders freebie. I'm obsessed with it. I built all of these compositions and I just love how they came out. So this one will be in rose gold foil. And then we have our early bird freebie. So if you do shop in the first 3 hours of the sale, you'll get this one in addition to any of the other ones that you qualify for. So it's just 2 really cute like layered washi strips with garlands. Here's the $50 freebie. Some cute deco. And then if you weren't aware, we do have a newsletter. So if you sign up for that, you'll get an email with a question at the bottom. And if you answer that question in the notes to seller, you'll get this freebie. I'll leave a link in the description for the newsletter sign up if you're not already signed up. But keep in mind, you need to be signed up by Thursday night, I believe, or else you won't get the email when it goes. Here is the $100 freebie. $150 freebie. With our tiered freebies last year, we got some requests to include florals. So we went ahead and did that for this year. These freebies will either come on washi paper or premium mat, just based on what you generally ordered, like which paper type you went with in your order. So if you do get this on washi paper, you'll be able to tear this pattern into any shape that you like. Otherwise, on premium mat, just makes a really cool background, or you can cut it into any shape you want. So yeah. And then here's the $200 freebie, which is my favorite. I love these compositions so much. And we have another garland up here. So yeah, again, I'm sorry it's so long into the video and I'm only on the freebies still. But let's get into the first decorative collection, which is called Manifest. Okay, so this theme is a little different for us. We don't usually do kind of like the glitzy, like posh style clip art, but this clip art really just spoke to me. I wanted to do a theme that was kind of like, you know, like new year, new me, setting goals and getting shit done. Pardon my French. You know, like girl boss vibes. So I found this clip art and really loved it, so I went with it. As usual, our format is the same. We have 6 deco pages. So here's page 1. And these collections are available in all 3 of our paper types. So premium matte, washi paper, and transparent matte. This is on premium matte, if you couldn't tell. But we have lots of deco. Oh, and I should mention each page has kind of a different theme for this one. So this one is more like work focused or planner focused, if you want to use it that way. We also have a vision board script sampler in our shop. So if you pick that up, this would be a really good way to kind of visualize your vision board, if that makes sense. So this could be for, you know, your work section of your vision board or just general goals. This one is kind of home themed. And then this one is definitely like self-care and, you know, like treating yourself. Page 4 is like travel related or money or like savings, that kind of stuff. We have a couple that are like clearly travel, but that could just symbolize wealth in general, as well as this little money stack. Page 5, this one just has a collage and this really pretty building. I also love these giant pins and clips, especially this one. Page 6 has our quintessential film strip like composition, and then some more general clip art. So those were the 6 deco pages. And then we have our quotes page. It's like very non-season specific, which we did on purpose so that you could really use this anytime you wanted to. But it's definitely got like a goal setting theme. Here's our layering page. And then we have our 4 floral pages, and that is the 12-page base kit. So we have our bouquets. I love these florals so much. The corners, edges, and washi. So those are the 12 pages in the main kit. And then of course we have a lot of add-ons because we have no chill. Here are the full boxes. We decided to go with light gold, traditional gold, and rose gold for this one. I tried out silver and it just didn't feel right. So I hope y'all don't mind, but I really love what each foil color does to the collection. There are a lot of gold accents in the clip art, so I feel like gold is like the best choice personally, but I can also see how rose gold would like really pull out the pink colors. So yeah, that's like all the gold. So here's the difference between light gold and traditional gold. Traditional gold is kind of fun because it's just like really pops off the page. So we definitely wanted to offer that for this one. Then here's rose gold. Definitely more subtle compared to the gold. And then we have our layering ephemera page. Just little bits and bobs. I'll get into the die cuts last. But we have 2 different die cuts sets as usual. Our foiled deco. I really love these check boxes. So you can write out like some goals and then check them off as you achieve them. A foiled version of our quotes sheet. So it's all the same quotes as the other page, just foiled versions, which makes fun for layering if you pick up both. There's our box sampler. Large florals. And here's a comparison of sizing if you're interested. A washi sampler. And again, size comparison. We have 2 different floral washi strip sizes. This one's obviously much more impactful, but this one's pretty subtle. And then we have 2 alcohol ink patterns. Here's our classic one, just with all the colors from the kit. And here's washi paper for comparison. And then our damask pattern, because that's pretty prevalent throughout the kit. Here's transparent matte and here's washi paper. The transparent matte is definitely leaning more like bubblegum pink, and then this one is kind of more cherry pink. And then we have 2 color washes. So the damask pattern, and then this is just kind of a fun, pretty marble with gold flakes. So yeah, now I'll get into the die cuts. So for both die cut sets, we have the original and then the inverted option. So they are mirrored horizontally, and these were designed to be used, if you pick up both, they're designed to be used as like Dutch door images, or like creating little pop-ups that have images on both sides. There's a lot of ways you can use these, but we like offering both orientations so that you can put them back to back if you want, or you can pick up just one. But let's get into this one. This one's called Cozy Planner, and it's a very appropriately named set. It's just got all your little cozy vibes. And of course, a planner. We usually include a lot of cats in our collections because I'm a cat person, but there were a lot of cute dogs in these clip art sets. So you'll see that I pulled those in because I didn't forget about the dog girlies. So that's a cute little one sleeping on a pillow. Blanket stack. Another planner stack. 2 fashion girls. A lady planning. This large bow, because sometimes I just feel like a large bow is such a nice focal point in a spread, so had to include that. Of course, this fuzzy pink robe, and this bed where you're doing all your plans. So that's Cozy Planner. And then we have Luxe. So this one is definitely leaning into like the fancy vibes. We have our skincare, some pumps, a bag, I guess it's Chanel, more like perfumes and jewelry, a chandelier, of course. Here's our other doggy. Some shopping bags, living that life of luxury, some Louis Vuitton luggage. I tried my best for the inverted option to like flip the logo, but I just couldn't make it happen. So you're just gonna have to deal with that if you pick up the inverted option. 2 fashion dolls again, and then some architecture, I guess you could call it. But I envision this in like a scene with one of the fashion girls in front. I just think that's really cool. So that's the Manifest collection. Next up, we have our winter collection, which is called Aglow. This one is definitely kind of inspired by the tiered freebies that we did for last year's Black Friday sale, which is kind of funny, a little bit full circle. But we got a lot of positive response about that set. So we wanted to build a full collection. It's a little bit different. It doesn't have like the same black gingham that we had in those freebies, but it's still like the same color scheme. So I really love how this one came out. We have our 6 deco pages, of course. Lots of gray, gold, and black going on with some browns. We have our classic like glowing gazebo. When I showed this to my wife, she said this is basically like the winter version of fireflies, which if you know, you know. But I really love like the glowing vibe that this kit's giving. Here's page 3. We definitely leaned into all the like twinkle lights that we could find. Page 4. Look at that staircase. I want this house. Page 5. Again, more twinkle lights and a cozy lady by the fire. And then page 6, our film strip and some more deco. And then here are the quotes. Definitely pretty winter specific. I could see this kit being used for January or February or even March if you still do winter kits in March, but I don't. I switch straight to spring in March. Here's page 8, the layering elements. And then our florals. Again, I'm obsessed with these florals. I love them so much. Here are the bouquets. Corners. Edges. And washi. So that's the 12-page base kit. Here's the layering ephemera page. And then for this one, we went with light gold, traditional gold, and silver. Again, I tried out rose gold. It just didn't look good. So these are the 3 foil options for the full boxes. I love these full boxes so much. Look at that. Bam. Bam. I love foil. Yeah, I really love how these turned out. Here's traditional gold. Honestly, this is a hot take for me because if you know how I feel about silver, I usually shy away from it. But I think silver might be my favorite choice for this one. It gives like the most contrast, I think, with like the dark grays and the gold shades. Yeah, I just love it. Let me know which one's your favorite in the comments for both collections because I'm very curious. Here's the foiled deco. We've got lots of snowflakes and trees and some string lights, of course. Here's the foiled quotes. Move these aside, but of course we got our die cuts. Here's the box sampler. The large florals. Washi. Our classic alcohol ink. Let me show them side by side. Transparent matte and washi. And then we couldn't not do this beautiful flannel pattern. So here's transparent matte and washi paper, but I'm obsessed. It's so dark and moody. This would be good for honestly like any winter kit or just general like fall even. Anything that has like a plaid pattern going on. I love it. And then color wash 1 and color wash 2. So love that. I forgot to mention with Manifest, but if you weren't aware, we used to do full weekly kits in our shop, but we have kind of moved away from that as planner and journaling trends have changed over the years. But if you are still a weekly planner girly, we got you covered. If you pick up the full boxes, the box sampler page, and the washi page, you're pretty much covered. And then you can just supplement with deco from the decorative collection because we sell each sheet a la carte. So yeah, don't worry if you're a weekly planner. We still have those items in the shop. So now I'll get into the die cuts. We have Glowing Winter and Snowed In. Same inverted options. Glowing Winter is also very appropriately named because this one just has all of the clip art that has like lights of some sort. So we've got some lanterns, a candle, this jar of twinkle lights and pine cones because why not? Fireplace, this lovely outdoor garden scene. Ugh, so magical. This Christmas tree, I mean, it could be any kind of tree, but I see it as a Christmas tree. That same glowing scene, another tree. Of course, we had to do the gazebo. And this really pretty archway. I also wanted to point out that the gazebo in the die cut set is at a larger scale and also inverted from the deco page. So just know that when you pick that up, you're not just getting the same sticker. Well, you are, but you know, different size. Here is the Snowed In set. So the theme for Snowed In is, you know, kind of like the cozy indoor activities that you would do if you were snowed in. So we have some cookies, gingerbread cookies, a little snow globe because you're in there. Of course, a little planner and some coffee because what else is there to do on a snow day? This cozy sweater. This lady sitting by the fire reading a book. I love this scene so much. Like, that's such a vibe. Then we have this other lady baking those cookies that you saw earlier. That's those. You know, I love a theme, so I just lean in. Here's the cozy winter cabin that you're obviously snowed in. And then just a little indoor view looking out. So yeah, that is Snowed In, and that was the Aglow collection. Now let's get into our capsule collection. Okay, so like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, our capsule collections are kind of just like mini journaling sets that have kind of specific, different than our usual styles. So we don't necessarily like have enough to make a full collection or just want to do something a little outside of our normal wheelhouse. So that was no different with this one. This one's called Cherish, and it is a very loosely Valentine's Day themed kit. It's mostly just pretty, you know, deco. In my mind, it's perfect for Valentine's Day or just any early spring spread that you wanted to do, because it's got like general springy vibes as well, but a little romance there as well. Of course, we got Cupid in there. So these have 4 pages and they're full-size sheets, but lots of little compositions, and then tiny little clip art pieces. I love these corners so much. I wanted to include like even more, but I had to rein it in and just do these 2. So yeah, but I'm obsessed with them. And then page 4. I love this wisteria. It's on this page and also the florals because I couldn't get enough of it. So those were the 4 deco pages, which you can purchase as a bundle or a la carte. And then here are the florals. It was kind of tricky finding florals that worked with this collection, but we ended up using these from the base set and then just kind of supplemented with the wisteria and some more corners. And then there's tons of hearts sprinkled around to fill in the space. Here's the alphabet for this collection. Just a fun pink script font. And then we went a little bit different with the alcohol ink. We did watercolor stains for this one because we have those sprinkled around in the background of a lot of the compositions. So I thought that would be fun to include more. This is transparent matte and this is washi paper. But they're just fun little shapes. And then lastly, this is my favorite part. Look at that color wash. How pretty is that? It's the same pattern from the tiered freebie, but recolored to pink. And I love it. It's gorgeous. I mean, even if you don't get this collection, this is a really fun pattern for Valentine's Day. So I'd suggest picking up the color wash at least. But yeah, that is Cherish. So that's the last of our decorative stickers for this release. Now I'm going to get into the functional stuff. All right, so first off, we have a lot of letters. You may recognize these because we do have all of these sizes in our regular alphabet sheets in the shop. We have 4 different sizes, but we've gotten a lot of requests to release like a vowel version of the sheets because obviously like vowels are the most commonly used letters in the alphabet. So folks like run through those quicker than they do other letters on the sheet. So we went ahead and made those. So we have them available in all 4 sizes, and all 4 sheets have as many of each vowel as we could fit. But then we also did our little research and found that L, N, R, S, and T are the other most commonly used letters in the English alphabet, at least. So we went ahead and included those as well, just so you don't run out as quickly, and to supplement your regular letters. But yeah, we also have full alphabet versions of all 4 of these sizes. So pick those up too if you don't have them already. But this is our largest size. Small, tiny, and teeny tiny. And then this one I'm really excited about. This is a daily dates collection, and it's so fun. It's so like simplistic and elegant. My mom designed all of these and they were a labor of love. Like switching out all the months and the dates and all that stuff. But they're lovely. They come on washi paper or premium matte. We tried them on transparent matte, but the designs are just too delicate to foil well. So washi paper foils perfectly, as you can see. But these will be available in a full set of all 12 months or a la carte. So if you just want them for a couple of months, you can pick those up. But I love them. They're so pretty. Okay, and then our other functional collection is our varsity collection. So we have 2 colors, as you can see, pink and cream. And within those colors, we have abbreviated days, regular days, vertical days, so just oriented differently, months, and letters. So really all of your needs for varsity letters, we got you. Here's the pink version. And then you may have noticed at the beginning of the video that we also have vinyl versions of those letters, which I'm really excited about. We are bringing vinyls to the shop, slowly but surely designing them. I've been getting really into like collecting vinyl stickers, so I wanted to be able to offer our own. And so we have just a few vinyls for this release, but I'm excited to keep growing that collection. But to start out, we're offering every letter of the alphabet in both colors. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but this one is sparkly, and then we also have a matte finish. Both colors are available in both finishes, but I printed the pink with the sparkle because I thought that was really fitting. And then the cream is on our matte. So every letter of the alphabet is available, and we also went ahead and did numbers. So if you wanted to like spell out anything, or if you're on a sports team or something and have like your number, this would be fun to pick up. So yeah, that's the vinyl letters. All right, y'all, last up in this release. I know it's a lot. Thank you for bearing with me. We just have a couple of more vinyls. This one I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's so cute. I didn't print this one with the sparkly, but it will be available. I just feel like the matte feels like more sophisticated with this one, but you could pick it up with the sparkly finish if you want. It says Silly Goose Squad. I am a member of this squad. I just think it's so cute. Oh, what a cute little goose. Anyway, so then we have our license plate vinyl. It is in two versions. We have the planner girly and the journal girly. And we also have two sizes. So this one is this one's about 3 inches wide, and then this one is a little over 4, like almost 4.5. But I love the scale of this one. This would be really cute on a cover of a journal. Here's one for reference, but yeah, I just think it makes such a statement. So that's the larger size, and then here's the smaller size. So, and here's the sparkly version. I don't know if it's picking up well on camera, but it's very sparkly. I think my studio lights are just kind of blowing out the sparkles, but it's very pretty. Yeah, I think that covers everything for our Black Friday release. Like I mentioned earlier, 25% off all weekend, or 30% off if you shop in the first 3 hours of the sale. We are located in the Southeast United States, so we're working off of Eastern Standard Times. So 12 a.m. Eastern Standard, the sale will go live. All of our listings for the new products, I'm hoping to have up later today or early tomorrow, Wednesday, so that you can load your cart early before the sale begins. Because I do realize that 12 a.m. is late for a lot of us. So if you just load your cart ahead of time and then just check out and then go to bed, you're set. So yeah, everything should be live on the website either tonight or tomorrow. And I will likely send out an email with the email freebie question ahead of time, just so you have that ready to go as well. Don't quote me on that, because this week has been chaotic, so hopefully I'll be able to get to that. But yeah, I think that covers everything. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments. I love to hear y'all's feedback. So I hope you're excited for the sale. So are we, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.